Welcome to this beautiful page in Leila Duly's A Flower Year. And as you can see, I've been doing a little bit of coloring already for the past few weeks actually. I wanted to show you this page and show you how to color the leaves. First of all, the leaves. And but I also wanted to show you the different stages that you find while coloring. So I already did a little bit of coloring. I consider these two leaves as finished for now, because I know for sure not until I've done the entire page. So, and here on the left side I did just the first layer here, couple more layers there, couple more layers there. So I can just hop from leaf to show you the different stages. So let's start with this one, the empty one, so I can show you how I start out these layering techniques, because all I do is layering, layering, layering. So I had to put a piece of cardboard underneath, or actually it's a drawing pad, so you can have a better look, and for me it's easier to color. So what I'm going to do first, the area with the lines, the veins in it, those are the front part of the leaf, and this one is the back part of the leaf, and these are holly leaves from holly. We have that in our garden. When I look out the window here, I can see it. And the back side of the leaves are lighter colored than the front, so that is something that I keep in mind. So I'm using lighter tones for the background, and I'm starting out with this green, and this is earth green yellowish. Here it is. It's one of my all-time favorite green tones in pencil land. Absolutely great color. I already placed a picture of this page on my Instagram account, and somebody asked me, will you turn this page into a color along? Well, this will be sort of a color along, so I will not record everything as already. I think that's clear already, because that would just take way too much time. So this is just the first layer of color that I will put in the back, on the back side of the leaf. Now this color will also go into the front, but first I will add another color to the back, and that is this one, chromium green opaque. And now I will go for the other side, and I'm back with the earth green yellowish, just a touch of it, and I'm really not very precise, I'm just messing around. Only thing that I keep in mind is keep a very, very light touch. And I'm using solely Faber-Castell Polychromos pencils because I love those pencils when it comes to coloring on this paper in this coloring book. Here we have another color, Tannengrün, pine green, beautiful dark, slightly cool green. I'm planning on trying a couple of other pencil brands, and number one on my list is Erogiton. I have this feeling that the Erogiton pencils will do just beautifully on this paper. I'm not sure, I have to test it first. I hope you are all doing fine. Here in the Netherlands, we are coping with storm number 4, and it is the 3rd storm in about 5 days, 6 days, something like that. I do like extreme weather, but this is no. I like extreme weather, but this is, it's not that extreme, so it doesn't interest me that much. And it's taking too long. And here you can see on the Passion for Pencils table a sliver of sunshine. I'm very grateful for that. I hope you can see that. Sometimes the sun just pops out from behind the clouds, and the sun is very welcome. The 3rd storm that we had, that was last Friday, that was a heavy one. Lots of damage. 4 people being killed by falling trees. That seems to be the greatest greatest hazard. Falling trees. Here I have a dark indigo. But the weather forecasts say that the weather will calm down. I'm really looking forward to that, because I want to get back out. I want to get back into nature. Just out into nature, but because that is where I get my inspiration and I want to color, draw, paint all the beauty that I find in nature. And I'm really looking forward to taking this book with me and just sit down somewhere in a forest and start coloring. Goodness, I can't wait to do that. Here I have chromium green opaque. That's the one that I used for the back also. Yeah, that's right. So as you can see, I'm just layering, very, very light touch, slowly building the colors. So this may seem a little bit boring. I love it. I have no problem with this stage, just layering. This is grass green, a very bright, fresh green tone. But I like this stage because I love every pencil stroke that I put on the paper. Just the feeling of a pencil touching the paper and then the pigment. There's something magical about it. I cannot explain it. But I can understand that if this takes too long, it becomes a little bit boring. Then you can listen to an audiobook, for example. Here we have the Tannengrün, pine green. One of my favorite audiobooks is a children's book. I think I've mentioned it before in one of my previous videos. It is by Francis Hodgson Burnett. That second name is so difficult for me to pronounce. But it's a very famous book. The Secret Garden. I'm not that much of a reader, and when it comes to literature, I am not a reader at all. But this book, this children's book, The Secret Garden, it clearly struck a chord when I was a child, and then I rediscovered it later on, and then I discovered the audio book that is on YouTube. It is being narrated by a lady, and it's just wonderful how she makes the story come alive. And if you don't know what the story is about, it's about a little girl, British girl, that grows up in India, I believe, yes. And then there is this infectious disease. Yeah, there's a disease going around. Her parents die, and then she has to go back to her family in the UK, but that's a completely different world. And she ends up in a huge house with an uncle, and there are huge gardens surrounding the house, and she slowly develops this love for nature, and she friendships develop, and it's just lovely. But there's something about nature in that book that is just so lovely. There we have the sunshine again. Goodness, that makes a person feel so much better. Just a sliver, a touch of sunshine. Dark indigo. Now this is a stage where I start to create contrast. A little bit of a shading here and there. So let's zoom out, and as you can see, in just about, 18 minutes time, we have a leaf. It's not finished yet, no, but we're getting there. Here I have olive green yellowish. So this is actually the first stage of that leaf, and the second stage, well, then I will put a little bit more pressure on the pencils. This is grass green again. The more layers there are on the paper, the more pressure I will have with the pencils. There is a painting contest on the Dutch television. It's called Project Rembrandt, where contestants, painters, they compete with each other to become the best painter of the Netherlands. And they have a couple of challenges for the people watching at home. This is pine green. For the people watching on television and want to start painting for themselves as well, they have a couple of challenges, and I decided to try one of those challenges for myself. Most of the challenges have to be done with oil or acrylic paints, and I don't have oil paints. I do have acrylic paints, but that's it. It's not for me. Not yet. You never know what will happen in the future, but right now it's not for me. But there was one challenge last week that stated the challenge was create a 3D drawing with charcoal, graphite pencil, or soft pastels, I believe, and of your own environment where you live. So I took a picture from right around the corner where I live, and I started trying. It's on my Instagram account. I did 4 attempts, and with every attempt I learned so much. Meanwhile, I have been following a course on a website called Domestika, and this was a course about urban sketching, so also about sketching and painting buildings in 3D, of course. And that was so nice because the challenge from the TV program and this course online, they came together. That was really nice. I'm contemplating creating a coloring course again. I did a couple of years ago, but it's time for a new one. And this website, Domestika, might be the right platform for me. So I'll have to check that out, how it works, and whether that would be interesting for you as well. Just a coloring course about coloring techniques, pencils, brands. So if you have any ideas about what you would like to see in a coloring course, please let me know. What you would like to learn from a coloring course. Well, let's take a look at the whole picture. So in 24 minutes we have a beautiful leaf. It's not like this yet. These 2 leaves have a little bit more color on them, a couple more layers, but we're getting there. This is good. So in the next episode I think I will go for this little bird and show you how I do that. Now I must be honest with you, these 2 have not been finished yet, but well, I can show you the first layers. So I hope you liked this video and see you in the next one. Bye bye!